Hello and welcome to 3.0 TV. I am your host Vishakha Thakur, and today we are going to talk about how the industrial metaverse will impact manufacturers. The hype around the term metaverse is accelerating at astronomical speed, with science fiction visions of virtual gamers all spending virtual currency in an infinite number of virtual worlds. But when you peel back the layers around some of the hype, you'll find some tangible benefits for manufacturers in how they can become more productive in both the digital and physical world. Like metaverse itself, industrial metaverse has become a catch-all phrase to describe similar technology deployed for industrial applications. The industrial metaverse sits at the crossroads of industrial Internet of Things, AR, MR, and virtual reality for industrial use, the creation of digital twins, and the rich blending of real-world elements with contextualized and meaningful data to help decision makers stay better informed and to keep business process operating at peak efficiency. These technologies are not just limited to video games and simulations for entertainment, but also include some very real opportunities for businesses. In the manufacturing space, here are 5 big impacts that AR, VR, and MR will have on manufacturing over the next few years. Number 1. Training employees more quickly, more safely. Several companies have begun training employees on how to use and maintain equipment with VR headsets instead of having them use physical equipment that can be dangerous or difficult to use in training situations. For example, training JetBlue technicians with real planes is expensive and time-consuming, so the company deployed a VR solution in partnership with software maker Striver. The program helps technicians simulate touching a plane in the most realistic way possible, but without the time, expense, and risk of the physical environment. Trainees also get the benefit of being able to make mistakes in a virtual environment without real-world consequences compared with the on-the-job training with heavy equipment or dangerous environments. For example, Verizon uses Striver VR training programs to teach retail employees on how to react to a store robbery scenario. Other Striver programs show warehouse workers on the proper methods for loading and unloading trucks, or food production workers learn the proper safety methods around food processing equipment. Now, because of these benefits, many companies are looking to deploy VR training as a first step for training their new employees, especially for industrial or other heavy industry scenarios. Number 2. Simulations ahead of physical deployments can find improvements. Part of the metaverse includes the technologies known as digital twins, in which all of the components of a physical location or product are digitized to produce a virtual twin. Now, in manufacturing, digital twins can be used to compare the design of a product to the physical version produced, looking for product flaws, for example, or virtual environments can be set up for the purpose of simulation. Another example, many autonomous vehicle designers now utilize simulations of real-world locations to fine-tune and teach the vehicles how to better operate. In another example, BMW utilized simulation for 6 months at a new factory, building virtual cars on a 1-to-1 scale within the metaverse before deploying the final layout for the factory. Now, in the process of those 6 months, the company changed about 30% of the design from the original based on the results of the simulation. Number 3. Using AR or VR for field service workers to repair equipment on the job. Similar to training scenarios for new frontline workers, field service workers and technicians can also get assistance on equipment maintenance and support through AR, VR, and MR technologies. This accelerated especially during the pandemic, when everyone's support team were limited to travel restrictions and health concerns. A benefit for companies is the remote assistance space, that many solutions do not require additional hardware such as specialized AR glasses or giant VR headsets. Many companies are exploring the use of AR with the devices they already have, including smartphones and tablets. The pandemic caused many companies to accelerate their adoption of AR or VR technologies. Number 4. product design collaboration virtually around the world. Now, another key area where the pandemic accelerated action around VR is in product design for manufacturers. When everyone was in the office, engineers could collaborate on designs in meeting rooms, but with everyone working at home, they suddenly needed a new solution. With VR, design engineers can collaborate remotely from around the world and create a virtual design. Now, if you look at an automotive company, they are designing cars by starting with clay models. And they have a clay model that people can create from a visual point of view. Then they get designed in CAD software, but you're thinking of collaboration. It's very hard to collaborate on CAD and imagine things in 3D. So many are now using mixed reality AR and VR to take that car in 3D and get people to collaborate on the car design. During the pandemic, many companies launched Metaverse design rooms on the internet. Number 5. Building physical products from virtual designs, adding digital assets from physical items. The bridging of the physical world to a virtual world will provide several opportunities for manufacturers, potentially unlocking new revenue streams. While virtual-to-virtual commerce has been around for years, in which a video gamer can purchase digital items with real money, new concepts are arising in which physical products can be created by designs originating in the virtual space. Examples of this have already begun to emerge in small settings. The Hero Forge website, for example, allows role-playing gamers to virtually design miniature figures with hundreds of different templates for a character's face, clothes, weapons, and poses. The completed design can then be purchased, and Hero Forge can 3D print and ship the item to customers. Users can also purchase the virtual design file and 3D print the figure on their own device. Now, in an example of physical to virtual, toy company LOL Surprise creates card packets with a QR code that can be scanned to unlock non-fungible tokens and virtual experiences. Traditionally, manufacturers have often been slow to adopt new technologies, but experts in the metaverse and AR or VR space said the opportunities are too great for manufacturers to sit on the sidelines. Manufacturing companies that are not at the very least experimenting with AR and VR today are at risk of falling behind in the near future. AR or VR will not only help manufacturers digitally transform their businesses, but they will be key to recruiting, onboarding, and upscaling their workforces in the future. Well, that's it in today's episode. We will meet again with exciting stories about the metaverse. Till then, keep watching 3.0 TV, like and share our videos, subscribe to our channel, and press the bell icon to get instant updates.